B flat, everybody. B flat, everybody. B flat. B flat, everybody. B flat. Darker color, darker color, darker color. Again. Darker color, yawn. Relax. 1, 2. Sing it. Sing it. 2, ready. Sing it. Play it. Match it. Play it. Match it. Shoot a quick test and see it. I am. One of my clones got rejected. What? One of my clones got rejected. Who else was on that? I'm in the meeting Saturday. Yeah, no, they won't be here during that. So you're welcome to take things from here. I just want to know. I think they go that way. And then I think they're going to be at the table. And then they come to the side. No, I know. Just where. I can't remember. I don't know too many years in here. That's takes great then.
Yeah, I know.
It's either his blood pressure, which could be.
But we were also outside at GL, so probably that. Yeah.
Is that today?
We had a right before this.
Are they outside?
But they rushed it before the rain.
It looks like it's going to come in. I looked at the radar. It said like around 6:50.
Yeah.
You're out there.
Yeah.
And then it gets like some of these music stands are rusted because they were outside during one of those downpours.
Oh, really?
And they didn't get dried off. They just brought them in and they were rusted. So every time just now? Yeah, to clean my hands. This is a new one, so this. Try not to take the good ones outside.
This right? Do you need paper towels to clean your hands?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I never said that. You never said that. You were right. Hang it in. Yeah. All right, here we go. Pageantry. 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 All right, here we go, kids. Deep breath. 2, 3, 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3. At this time, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Please be seated.
At this time, it is my distinct honor to introduce Board of Education President, Mrs. Cacaro.
Good evening. On behalf of the New Providence Board of Education, I am honored to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the New Providence High School class of 2025. Today, we are here to celebrate not just the completion of high school, but the beginning of something much greater. Your next chapter, your legacy, your mark on the world. As board president and a member of the Board of Education for the past 12 years, I have had the privilege of witnessing how education shapes minds, builds resilience, and fosters potential. However, what you do with that education from this moment forward is what will truly define you. It is how you will leave your mark. Leaving your mark does not mean gaining fame or recognition. It means living with purpose. It means doing the small things, standing up for what you believe in, and choosing kindness when it is not the easiest path. It means remembering where you came from and using your story to lift others as you climb. Every one of you has already left a mark on your teachers, your classmates, this school, and this community. Whether in the classroom, on the field, through your art, music, clubs, leadership, friendships, or your quiet perseverance, your presence has made a difference. As you venture off to college, careers, or other new adventures in the not too distant future, I encourage you to keep asking, what kind of mark do I want to leave? Not just on paper, but on people. Not just in success, but in service. Not just for now, but for generations to come. Today, we not only celebrate your achievements, but also look forward to the impact you will go on to make in the world. There's a quote I want to leave you with, words that speak perfectly to this moment in your journey. Jane Goodall once said, "What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make." Congratulations, class of 2025. Stay curious, stay grounded, and call home often. And always remember, you're always a pioneer.
both strong and tall, longing to become, but knowing not the path at all.
But the footprints of the winter melted to fields of spring. One last embrace before I cross the threshold. To life we sing. Oh, stay your soul and leave my heart its song. Oh, stay your hand, the journey may be long. And when we part and sorrow can't be swayed, remember when and let your heart be stayed. Omnia temperat, sensibile multa, amame fidelite, fidem eam nota. Let courage be your oar, let passion be your sail. Wisdom and truth will guide your deep heart's journey. Through all travail. Oh, stay your soul and leave my heart its song. Oh, stay your hand, the journey may be long. And when we part and sorrow
At this time, it is my distinct honor to introduce Valedictorian Sean Kruger.
To everyone who made the trip out to this, well, let's be real, very humid auditorium, welcome. My name is Sean Kruger, and I am honored to be standing before you as the valedictorian for the New Providence High School class of 2025. Before I start, I just want to say thank you to my parents, family, friends, teachers, administrators, and everyone else who has gotten me through these last 18 years. I think the fact that I almost lost credit in first period Spanish this year due to my accumulated tardies speaks to the reality that I'm the kind of person that definitely would not be here without near constant support from all of you, and for that support, I am eternally grateful. I think we all as a class should also be thankful for the level of opportunity that we get just by attending this school. It's far more than most students get, and we should all be thankful for it. To my classmates, it's been a long journey, but like it or not, it's just about done. I know all of you have heard this a million times already, but some big change is coming. Whether it's college, the military, the workforce, or something else entirely, all of us are leaving this school and its community in the next few months. I'm not going to stand here and lie by saying I know exactly what life is going to look like, because I have no idea. I know the picturesque version presented from campus tours and the thousands of college spam emails that have been filling our inboxes for the past 2 years, but I don't know where I'll be at, say, 4 p.m. on a random Thursday in October, and none of us do. We've been going to school with largely the same class of 156 students for the last 4 years, and now, no matter where you're off to, none of us know the overwhelming majority of those who we'll be interacting with in a few months. We'll all be starting from scratch again with no connections or reputations, and the only things that will shape the way we're seen are our actions and the way we present ourselves to our new communities. Now, we can all choose to look at this as a setback or as an opportunity. We can sulk about how everything's been wiped away, or we can relish the fresh slate. Now, I want all of you to think back to the closest relationships you've made and the moments with those people where you felt the most true, genuine, uncontrollable, and unconditional joy. Not transitory happiness from fleeting external factors, but real joy that comes from within. I'm willing to bet that for every single one of you, when you thought of that memory, it was at a time when you let your guard down and weren't afraid to be yourself, your truest self, to the absolute fullest. That's the person I think you should all present to your new communities in a few months. Now, bear with me, because I'm about to say something that sounds completely contradictory to what I just said. My least favorite piece of overused advice is the old saying of, if you want people to like you, just be yourself. This just isn't true. Being yourself isn't always the best way to get people to like you. You can pretend to be someone you're not and it might work. More people may like you and you'll experience happiness, those temporary spikes of adrenaline and dopamine when you feel accepted, but not real joy. I've struggled with that a lot throughout my time in high school. However, these last few months, when I've tried to be unabashedly myself, have been by far the best of my life. They might not have always had the most happiness, but they've had the most joy. Seek out the right people, those who value the real you, because the only way to experience real joy is to be true to yourself and to find the people that you can be true to yourself with. Not being true to yourself is just one symptom of a fear of failure, and not fearing failure isn't just relevant in the social context. It's relevant everywhere for the same reason that failure isn't inherently negative. When you're constantly running in pursuit of failure, you'll always stay ahead of complacency. The truest form of failure is unrealized potential from not taking risks, and thus a fear of failure doesn't help shield you from it, it makes it an inevitability. Whatever it is that you're doing, academics, music, art, athletics, I strongly believe that the only logical way to go about it is to push yourself to the point of failure. That doesn't mean you need to dedicate your entire life to every hobby, but it means that instead of staying in your comfort zone with things you know you could do, you should go to your limits, because that's the only way to meaningfully improve. A fear of failure is also what leads us to give in and do those easy things that we know won't bring us joy in the long run, but we also know won't make us have to actually go out and do something. Every time you decide not to say how you feel or cave and type that question into ChatGPT, you don't just rob yourself of a chance for intellectual growth or emotional fulfillment. You slowly chip away at your basic abilities to do those things in the future. That temptation to avoid thinking or feeling will start with something small and seemingly pointless, but that's not where it ends. It's been consistently shown that when you meet people's needs, give them good entertainment, and allow them not to have to think or make hard choices, that they slowly lose their ambitions, their goals, and who they could become. The only way to rebel and stop this from happening to us is to think and feel. I urge all of you to think and feel as much as you can, in any way that you can. Read, write, code, do research, love somebody, get your heart broken. Do anything that'll stop you from succumbing to the endless barrage of programs and technologies designed to rob us of our focus and our thoughts and our minds and our souls. Think and feel not in spite of the fact that it is hard, but precisely because it is hard, and because doing so is exactly what makes us human. So go out into the world without a fear of failure, because each failure means you actually went out and did something and grew as a result. Being too afraid to take action might prevent the negative emotions, but it'll also prevent the positive ones. Joy and pain are two sides of the same coin, so embrace them both, because while the people and experiences that bring them about may be temporary, the imprint they leave on our lives isn't. We're pioneers, so let's pioneer our futures. Take charge of our lives so we can live them to the fullest, because each stab of pain doing so is the chance to bring alongside it such intense joy that all the pain was worth it, and, at least in my eyes, that'll always be a chance worth taking. In a few months, we'll all be entering new environments with countless opportunities, and I hope you take advantage of all of them. But that's in a few months, and for now, we have one last moment together as a class. So let's enjoy these few months together and go out on a high note. To the new Providence High School class of 2025, congratulations. Now let's go have some fun.
At this time, it is my distinct honor to introduce Salutatorian Michael Henry.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Henry. Good afternoon, teachers, administrators, parents, friends, and fellow graduates. I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak at an event such as this. On that note, I'm going to do this speech a little differently. Instead of building up to the key insight, I'm going to give it right now. The most important lesson my 4 years of high school have taught me is this: people aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you think they are, so don't let fear of judgment hold you back. To help show my point, I'm going to share a couple of stories from my 4 years in high school. I'll start in my sophomore year algebra class. It was an average winter day. I walked into the room, put my bag down, took out my iPad, all routine stuff. But as soon as I sat down, my routine was interrupted. I found myself in a small puddle of water. The puddle absorbed right into my gray sweatpants. When I stood up, it looked like I had just run a marathon on a hot day, and the heat had left its mark. Understandably, my friends burst out laughing, and pictures were taken that still last today. As I sat soggily in my chair, I could not stop thinking about the comments I'd received for the rest of the day. Surely, someone in the halls would see, and word would spread across the school. By the time I got to basketball, people would have nicknames like Puddle Pants or Soggy Bottom. Surprisingly, no one brought it up. That day or ever again. What seemed like a disastrous moment to me was just a small blip on my classmates' radar. My next story is from soccer. It was early in the season, and we had just traveled to Bound Brook for a preseason scrimmage. This scrimmage marked my first varsity playing time, and as a sophomore, I wanted to prove I belonged. About 20 minutes into the game, the other team's attacker came running straight for me in a battle for a 50-50 ball. I froze. He did not. He ran right through me. And as if getting put on my back wasn't humbling enough, we recorded the game. Sure enough, what felt like one of my most humiliating moments was captured perfectly on film. And of course, my teammates got their jabs in when they sent it to the team group chat with a funny edit. But you know what? After that, there were no more jokes, no more comments, and no more talks of the incident. It was just one funny clip, and then it was gone. And that way, it was comforting. My big mistake was just a small moment to everyone else. In both of these stories, I was convinced that my embarrassing moments would go on my permanent record, held against me, and thrown in my face. In reality, I was the only one who remembered. I'm sure this feeling resonates with many of my classmates. In high school, there is an intense pressure to fit in and avoid mistakes. But I've realized over time that everyone feels this. Everyone is too focused on themselves and this pressure to keep tabs on your failures and your awkward moments. So that gives you the freedom to take more risks, do what you want, and make mistakes. After all, the odds are that no one will remember that embarrassing moment besides you. The real truth is, if you're not messing up every now and then, you're playing it too safe. Think back to the start of freshman year. Everything was new and a little overwhelming. I remember feeling like a small fish in a very, very big pond. I viewed my teachers as formidable figures, not because they were harsh, but because I was unsure of myself. It was like the first time getting called to the grown-ups table at Thanksgiving. I regret being too scared to cast aside my fear of their judgment and connect with them. Fear controlled me. But over time, I've been able to push away that fear, and I've been rewarded with connections I truly value. So my message to everyone is to not be afraid of judgment. Do what makes you happy and be unapologetically yourself. Class of 2025, this especially applies to us. I know we can be our harshest critics sometimes, but now is the time to trust ourselves. As we face whatever awaits us after high school, let's remember to do it with confidence and courage. After all, life is too short to let fear write our stories. Thank you, and good luck, graduates.
Good evening, parents, grandparents, families, friends, faculty members, upper administration, and our Board of Education, and the distinguished class of 2025. It is my distinct honor and privilege to be standing before you this evening as we recognize and celebrate the new Providence High School class of 2025. It's not happiness that brings us gratitude, it's gratitude that brings us happiness. Class of 2025, I want you to think back. Think back when you were much younger. Close your eyes. Take a moment to think back to an experience, an event in your youth that brought you pure happiness. Really reflect on that moment. Maybe you were thinking about the first time you learned how to ride a bike, or maybe a birthday party. Better yet, maybe the first time you discovered what ice cream was all about. Chances are, whatever moment you were reliving in your mind, you didn't experience that by yourself. There was a helping hand, a loved one who let go of the bike and proudly saw you ride away. Individuals who planned that Ninja Turtle birthday party, or a family member who brought you over to Zita's for that sweet treat. I'm sure you expressed thanks to those who joined in your happiness. And at that time, you would never realize the gratitude shown through a couple simple words, actions, how much that meant to them. Gratitude given and gratitude received are mighty powerful in a moment and in a lifetime. It shapes one's approach to life, your generosity, your overall care, and your attitude. A famous American motivational speaker once said, "Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you have, the more likely you will have even more to express gratitude for." Now, I want you to fast forward to 5 years ago. The 8th grade class of 2021 together being promoted from junior pioneers to pioneers. Things were a little different then. There was a lot more space required between each seat. Families and friends gathered. They were distanced in the home and away bleachers. You were facing towards the snack shack on Leader Field. Maybe in that moment, as an 8th grader, you were simply thinking about what you were going to have for dinner later that evening. Or maybe you were actually deep in thought on what your future at the high school would look like. I had the honor and privilege of working with you that year in my first year as principal at MPMS. And in just one short year, I saw and knew who you were as a group and what you would amount to as you got older. In preparing my speech for this evening, I went back to the speech I developed and shared with each of you and your loved ones that evening 5 years ago. I said to you, and I quote, "I have seen a class that appreciates and understands the value and role their parents, families, and friends have played in their success, that their successes have been a result of a true collaboration. These students know the power of teamwork and a unified front. There's a high level of respect between the students, and this is seen through their daily interactions, willingness to help one another, and desire to achieve group success. While so far I've only had the privilege of working with this class for one school year, in a short period of time, I've seen so many positive attributes that make me confident the future is bright for the class of 2021. No, I can't predict the future. However, 5 years later, these words hold true. The appreciation, gratitude, and care I have seen from this group has been present each day. The thank yous, the good mornings, the smiles, and the hugs with your teachers. A group of young adults who understand and show how much can be accomplished when done together. Your genuine understanding of the importance and gravity of gratitude in your lives. Just like 5 years ago, you were surrounded by teachers, staff, administrators, Board of Education members, your family, and friends who share the same thankfulness for the moments, the experiences, and the memories shared with each of you. I would like to show my and our collective gratitude to what I know is the best staff and faculty in the state. Teachers who pour their heart and souls into their daily practices because of the care and joy they have found in your daily successes. This evening, I would also like to specifically recognize 4 staff members of our school who are hanging up their teaching crowns. They have combined to provide 96 years of service, support, and guidance to our students and district. Ms. Barber, Ms. Taftigian, Mr. McGeechan, and Ms. Trench have been invaluable to the success of our school. They have dedicated their energy to helping our students reach new heights. They have been incredible colleagues, teachers, mentors, and role models for our students. We will dearly miss them, but know the positive impact they have had will be seen in our school and students for years to come. And I would also like to thank all of your parents, family members, and friends seated in the audience or watching from afar. I know I can speak for our group in saying your unwavering support, love, and guidance will never be taken for granted by this class. The appreciation we have for you is seen through each of our graduates' words, their actions, and will be the staple of their approaches in the next chapter of their lives. Thank you. Elizabeth Blackwell was the first woman to earn a medical degree in the United States and was a strong advocate for women's rights in medicine. She once said, "It is not easy to be a pioneer, but oh, is it fascinating. I would not trade one moment, even the worst moment, for all the riches in the world." I hope each of you appreciate and value the moments and experiences you have created together as a class, and will keep them in your memory banks for life. Students, as I close, I want to share how grateful I am for the time, work, memories, and moments spent with each of you. Jack Canfield shared that gratitude is the single most important ingredient to living a successful and fulfilled life. Class of 2025, let gratitude fill your heart and allow joy to shine through in everything you do. Thank you and congratulations. At this time, Mr. Uglioloro, will you please join me at the podium? Mr. Uglioloro, it is my distinct privilege to present to you the class of 2025, certifying that they have met the requirements prescribed for them by both the state of New Jersey and the New Providence Board of Education.
Mr. Henry, in accordance with New Jersey statute, and on behalf of the New Providence Board of Education, the faculty, the community, I gladly accept these accomplished students as graduates of the class of 2025. Congratulations. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joseph Uglioloro, the Assistant Superintendent of the New Providence School District, and it fills me with great joy to share this milestone with all of you. The Board of Education, honored guests, faculty and staff, families, friends, and above all, the class of 2025. Our superintendent, Dr. Zerpeli, deeply regrets not being here. She is at her daughter's 8th grade graduation tonight, but she sends her heartfelt congratulations to each of you. Now, before you sprint into the next chapter of your life, I want to leave you with one more simple idea. A bit of wisdom that may sound light, but I promise has the potential to enrich your whole life. Here it is. Remain childlike. Now, let's be clear. I didn't say childish. I'm not suggesting you throw a tantrum if your dining hall runs out of mac and cheese, or to pout if your new boss gives you an assignment you don't love. I'm asking you to carry the best parts of childhood with you as a roadmap to success, to joy, and to a fulfilling life. Let's begin with curiosity. If you've ever spent time with a preschooler, you know what's coming. Why is the sky blue? Why can't penguins fly? Why do I have a belly button? Children ask questions not to impress anyone, but because they genuinely want to better understand the world around them. But somewhere along the way, many of us stop asking. We start worrying more about having the right answers than asking the important questions. We trade in our wonder for certainty. But curiosity is where the magic happens. It's the starting point for discovery, innovation, problem solving, empathy, and authentic human connection. So I challenge you, continue to ask questions. Ask why not, how, and what if, like your future depends on it, because it just might. Now let's talk about kindness. Children don't overthink kindness. They just give it freely. They'll be best friends with someone they just met on the playground 5 minutes ago just because they both love dinosaurs. They sense hurt and respond instinctively with a hug or a hand to hold. Then we grow up, and suddenly kindness comes with conditions. We question if it's deserved, what we'll get in return if we offer it, or how our kindness will be perceived by others. But here's the thing, real kindness doesn't keep score. It's not transactional. And in a world that often values toughness and competition, kindness is a true display of strength that always makes a difference. So bring it with you, because the world doesn't just need your intelligence, your effort, and your ambition. It needs your kindness, and it needs it now more than ever. And finally, stay present. Children have a remarkable ability to live in the now. Just watch a child play in a puddle, pick a dandelion, or try to catch a firefly. The entire universe is right there for them at that moment. We, however, live in 37 browser tabs all at once. We mindlessly scroll. We multitask ourselves into exhaustion. We stress over our future, and we rehash the past. And then one day we realize we've been missing the one thing we actually have, this moment. So please, hit pause, look up, and slow down. Be here without distraction in each moment, because life is simply a succession of present moments. And how you live each present moment is ultimately how you will live your life. I want to leave you with this. You are not stepping into adulthood alone. Just like a child draws strength from the steady love of a parent, you will always carry with you the support of this community, your teachers, your families, your friends, this town. We're not just part of your past. We're your foundation, from which we hope you will continue to draw stability and strength. So class of 2025, I invite you to remain childlike. Be curious enough to ask questions. Be kind enough to care. And be present enough to notice the beauty of a dandelion. Congratulations. We are so proud of you. Thank you.
Benjamin Martin Adams.
Sharanth Agarked.
Mark Alexandrov.
Michael Paul Aranda.
Chase William Barber.
Ethan Richard Barrington.
Ryan Thomas Bornick.
Ethan J. Bresselier.
Robert John Bress.
Henry Charles Presley Broder.
Scott Austin Kappen.
Gianni Alexander Carino.
Jonathan Carvajal Jr.
Samvit Chowdhury.
Ethan Daniel Cifarelli.
Christopher Stephen Colangelo.
Tyler Michael DeNivo.
Lucio Noel DeFalco.
Kyle Joseph Felt.
Jeffer Duban Flores Diaz Grandos.
Antonio David Gallo.
Tenoch Mateo Gill.
Diana Stephanie Acuna Alvarado.
Miriam Rose Adams.
Jessica Ann Askins.
Cameron Ray Better.
Emma Catherine Berry.
Elizabeth Erin Bigham.
Olivia Ella Wanda Billingsley.
Miranda Lynn Bornick.
Ariana Laura Bradford.
Juliana M. Carthy.
Emma Love Carvajal Benjamin.
Jasmine Castro.
Lily Bella Caniglio.
Gianna Crystalline Culver.
Isabella Teresa DeLuca.
Dalila Diaz Garcia.
Ava Gray Dowling.
Jada Kiko Duardo.
Sophia Lorena Espelot.
Emerson Rose Estep.
Anna Grace Fanning.
Alexandra Fishstein.
Danielle Rose Formicella.
Kylie B. Freeman.
Vince M. Graziano.
Amay Siddiqui Haidara.
Colin Joseph Healy.
Ian Morrison Holland.
Rucker Mindert Hootsma.
Patrick John Callie.
Alexander Seraphim Kaliaris.
Preston Nicholas Karat.
Kevin V. Cronert.
Matthew S. Kubas.
Rohan Kulkarni.
Nathaniel Sutton Kwok.
William Nathaniel Larock Green.
Aiden E. Levy.
Brian Victor Lippman.
Cody Edward Lunga.
Emmanuel Sebastian Mansilla Gomez.
Brandon Russell Manili.
Antonio D. Marks.
Seamus Peter McHale Maritzi.
Benjamin McDermott Maza.
Colin Christopher McAloon.
Kenneth Miensky.
James Norman Miller.
Lucy Alexandra Glenn.
Amber Joelle Glogalich.
Harper May Gold.
Ava Grace Griffith.
Anna Eva Grossgold.
Reese Irma Hagman.
Malone Ramey Henry.
Jaden E. Hom.
Lindsay Marie Shea.
Nina De Souza Ferreira Eleprante.
Tamaya Juhas.
Eden Anna Kim.
Ilana Zofia Kornacki.
Emily A. Levy.
Kira Ann Lawler.
Haley Sophia Limos.
Melissa Davi Goncalves Lima.
Lily Chili Lu.
Amy Elizabeth McGowan.
Lila Rose McNamara.
Megan C. McPoland.
Madeline Caroline Merrick.
Chloe Adia Muir.
Aria Nadar.
Jameson Clinton Moore.
TJ Munn.
Adam Moy.
Aiden Moy.
Finton J. Naughton.
Lucas Andres Nunez.
Brady Egan O'Day.
Nicholas Gregory Ocello.
Shane Andreyko.
Thomas Adrian Pearson IV.
Jordan Todd Pellegrino.
Ryan Anthony Pierce.
Gianluca Pudenti Passini.
Ellis Leon Sanders.
John D. Schmitz.
Srinjoy Sengupta.
John Alfredo Sequeira.
Ariv Shah.
Michael Shiravarov.
Matthew Lorenzo Sheeran.
Samuel Anthony Sicoli III.
Daniel Baptista Silva.
Owen N. Silver.
James Dalton Simpson.
Gusta Noyokite.
Alexa M. Onsword.
Caitlin Page Orchard.
Karina Bowen Pang.
Desiree Andrea Perez.
Fotini Preka.
Rob Quesada.
Amanda Kuros.
Mayuri Buvanmi Rajakaruna.
Cleo Carver Rossman.
Veronica Saburova.
Mira Rani Setia.
Ava Melinda Slaybaugh.
Brenna Grace Slattery.
Beatrice Ferreira Takahashi.
Ava Tan.
Lauren Elizabeth Venturella.
Megan Reese Wazicki.
Riley Grace Weed.
Sophia Zanakis.
Liza Yermashina.
Sophia Anna Zamora.
Liam David Stevens.
Wasay Syed.
Carson Kalish Tint.
Anthony John Tomlinson.
Patrick Joseph Valio IV.
Brandon P. Vargas.
Kevin James Vindas.
Jacob Theodore Wachtel.
Ryan Francis Walsh.
Christopher Wenzel.
Connor McPherson Wood.
John Edward Yadlon.
Gabriel Frank Zapanta.
Joshua Zabeda.
Michael Stephen Henry.
Sean Aiden Kruger.
At this time, it is my distinct honor to introduce the class of 2025 commencement speaker, Mayuri Rajakaruna.
Surprise! My family didn't know I was going to do this today. Here we are, June 18th, 2025, a day filled with proud smiles, joyful tears, and the quiet realization that our teachers and families might miss us more than they ever let on. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mayuri, and I have the honor of going to high school with the most intelligent and good-looking class in history. I'm not at all biased. Now, graduates, I would like to remind you all that you made an oath. Each year for the past 4 years, you've made a promise to contribute to our high school's theme. You may not know if you do not live in New Providence, but our school district creates annual themes which serve to unite our community. Let us take a blast to the past and remind ourselves of how far we have come. In 2022, our freshman year, they told us to rise up. And honestly, we didn't just rise, we climbed, we soared, and maybe even sprinted to first period before the bell rang. But we made it. For some, it meant adjusting to a new school or a new country, and it wasn't always easy, but we made it through. We found our balance. As the pioneers of the graduating class, we blazed new trails, rising to every challenge that came our way. In 2023, our sophomore year, we embraced the message, I belong, you belong, we belong. Finally, the rival-ring AWO Rams and Saltbrook Tigers were united into one pioneer family. We cheered loudly for our athletic teams as they brought home victory after victory. We gave standing ovations to our award-winning music and performing arts groups. But most importantly, we also celebrated our STEM, debate, business, artists, and academic champions. We stood by each other through every win and loss, lifting one another with our pioneer pride. Now in 2024, our junior year, we were given 4 words. Now is the time. For our families, it meant it was time to trade the crayons for car keys. Thank you all for trusting us with the road. For us, it was the time we became upperclassmen. We evolved as leaders, and then we shaped the legacy that we'd leave behind. Now in 2025, our senior year, our final message. Respect is homegrown. Our class agrees. It's the job of the underclassmen to respect their elders, the mighty seniors, you guys. But don't worry, senioritis hasn't taken over our brains too much. As we leave New Providence, we carry with us the understanding that respect starts with us. Over these 4 years, we've grown the skills to nurture a caring community, just like this school, wherever life takes us next. And just like that, your days of making these oaths are over. You learned what it meant to rise to challenges and expectations. You created a sense of belonging, shaping a community that welcomes everyone. You made this your time to grow, to lead, and find yourself. And finally, you've created a home, one filled with love and laughter. It is an understatement to say we made our mark. As we reflect on the past 4 years, we can proudly say our athletic teams won 15 conferences, 12 sectionals, 3 counties, and 4 state championships. The marching band placed in 7 state championships and 1 national championship. Our music ensembles were recognized as one of the best communities for music education. The STEM Club was able to raise a record-breaking $10,000 that will fund the program for years to come. The Model UN and Youth and Government Club were recognized as one of the top performing schools in the state for 4 consecutive years. And not to mention, the majority of our class will pursue some sort of higher education or career as we enter the next phase of our lives. Amazing job, guys. And for the past 13 years, we have worked endlessly for these 10 seconds, the turning of our tassel. This tradition symbolizes your completion of your time in the New Providence School District. Yet, this simple motion symbolizes much more. Our story has just begun. This commencement speech does not mean the end, but it actually means the start. The start of a life with all the knowledge you've gained, all the relationships you've made, and finally, all the memories you can now cherish. And now we say best of luck to this new beginning. Congratulations to the class of 2025!